everyone. We're back on Outside the Box, my pizza show. What this show is every week we'll bring on a new guest. They'll tell us their story. We'll ask them questions, and we're just sort of keeping an ear on what's happening. What sort of the diverse views and ideas that come to the table in Australia, and how does this relate to topics of the world today, here and there, and over a beautiful slice of pizza. Today, our special guest is Noah. Noah is a youth facilitator. Mm-hmm. He is an adult facilitator. He plays his tune. He's a very, very fantastic guy overall. And James has been on the show recently. He's been on the show pretty often. He did Hungry Talks. Is there anything you want to say quickly, James?
What would I want to say?
Well, Noah wanted a beautiful Hawaiian pizza by a beautiful Hawaiian. That's what he said in his note. And you can sign up to the note to make an application on the website onepizza.com.au. Check it out. It's still in development, but it's looking pretty good so far. It's looking pretty good so far.
I've seen
So
the
Noah,
website.
tell us about yourself a little bit. Tell us the rundown, 30 seconds.
30-second rundown.
I'll cut this pizza. TikTok.
30 seconds. Well, first of all, you introduced me as a pretty good guy overall, which, well, thank you for that.
That's my opinion, though.
That's your
That's my
opinion. 30-second intro. I don't know. Well, we've been working together for like 2.5 years, Riley. I'm from Perth. I don't know. What do you want me to say? I'm not used to giving myself.
Well,
intros.
where is your mind at? What do you think about your place in the world? What are you here to do?
What am I here to do? Geez, he's asking me the big questions straight from the go. I don't know. I feel like I'm in a place. I've just moved from Perth to Melbourne, and one of the biggest reasons why I did that was for adventure, like to meet new people, try some business adventures. I push my edges, like get out of my comfort zone and have a crack in the world. But how's that for an intro?
That's really good.
Yeah.
I got a really good question for you.
Okay, bring it on. Can I eat some pizza or?
Yeah, get into it.
Cool.
No, feel free.
Don't
Feel
hold
free.
back.
The pizza's all yours. It's your special request, after all. So, when did you move from Perth?
Moved from Perth when I was on my 23rd birthday, 2.5 years ago in March.
Wow.
Yeah. So hasn't been that long.
Why? Why'd you move?
A few reasons. Like definitely, I don't know, Perth. You've never been to Perth. One of the first things that Riley says to me today was just insulting my hometown without actually ever being there. But Perth's a pretty quiet place. There's not, growing up there, you kind of get a little. I was getting a little bit antsy and feeling like this isn't probably conducive to my growth. So, I don't know, hanging around my mates who were doing the same thing every weekend, I really felt like I needed to challenge myself and go on. You know Pokemon?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when Ash is like a 10-year-old boy and he's like, I'm packing my bags and I feel like I need to go on an adventure and be the master. That was my moment. I feel like that was my moment. I wanted to capture all the Pokemon.
What Pokemon did you pick as your starter? And what did you take with you?
Oh, it depends what generation we're talking here, but...
No. But when you left Perth, what were you taking with you to defend yourself against all the other Pokemon?
I took my... Look, if we're talking literal Pokemon, I would take Arcanine. I don't know if you know who Arcanine is.
Arcanine is... I love Arcanine.
Arcanine
I
is
think we're
fucking-
talking proverbial Pokemon.
Yeah, but I was talking proverbial Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what is the Arcanine in your day-to-day life? Like,
Right.
is it like a bottle opener on your keychain? Is that like what Arcanine is?
Is it your dog? Do you have a dog named
you have a dog?
Arcanine?
You have a red dog?
Oh, no, I wish I did. No, I guess it would be...
Red dog.
This is going to be sad, but it'd be my car.
The car.
Like I go full driving in it. It's like before I kit it out, I put like $2,000 in it to upgrade it, so
Yeah.
I could just take it anywhere, full drive, explore. There's a fridge in the back. There's a battery in the back.
That's sick.
Axes,
And you can
knives.
buy
Damn.
these four-wheel drive parts at repco.com.au. Go on. It's very interesting, right? I always wanted to put a fridge in my car because you never know when you need a fridge in your car.
Oh, well, the problem is
Bro, I know when I need a fridge in my car.
when
All the time, dude. That sounds fantastic.
it's
What do you
not-
keep in your car fridge?
Well, the problem is because I'm a forgetful and sometimes lazy person. I put things in the fridge and I just assume they're gonna last in the fridge forever.
Yeah.
And then you go back in the fridge and realize, oh, there's a moldy creature growing in the fridge.
Mm.
But I actually had some yogurt from the fridge actually just before the podcast, so a bit of food.
Nice.
Is it moldy yogurt or?
It was on top of some moldy food. Yeah.
How do you think that's like good for the the probiotic?
Yeah, I think
effect?
so. I
Yeah.
think that's what I was going for. Is
Okay.
the gut health. Yeah.
I'm sure that's great for your guts.
I reckon it would be.
I mean, that's the thing, you know, people say white people have no culture, but no, man, you just have to look at my fridge.
Exactly.
My fridge is not rancid.
That was good.
I've got more culture than most minority groups. I'd say.
So it's been a big sort of few weeks, right? We've been gone for a while. A lot's happened in the world. But let's just look at this month, right? Huge mixed month for old guys. Trump won, old man against the young woman. Huge win, enormous win. You think it's good to be like an old guy. You can still do great things. You can still get what you want.
How old is he? Do we
He's
know?
like almost
80? It might be 80,
No,
yeah.
I think
Is
it's
he
just
80?
I think it's
78,
just
80,
shy of 80, yeah.
around
Oh
there.
my god, I
He's
had
an old
no
man.
idea.
But then, this weekend, huge loss for old guys. Mike Tyson
Oh yeah.
destroyed.
That bro, I was so upset.
If you're a 6-year-old man, how do you cope with this? What do you think about your life? Do you think it's a time to step down, or is there still more to do?
Oh, I feel like my dad's approaching 60, and he's going to Japan this Christmas. Like he's still off to adventure. I feel like you don't want to get old. You never always want to identify as being old. Like you always got to stay young at heart.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd get in the ring with a 27-year-old, but got to stay young.
Young at heart, but do you lose physically? Because you have like people like LeBron, old, still playing,
How old is LeBron?
He's in his
like
30s.
38 or something. He's
Okay.
getting up there.
So he's
He's
old
like the
for an
oldest
NBA
basketball player, and he's still good.
Right.
So but Mike Tyson, you know, he felt like he could. I mean, the first 2 rounds good, and then not good. When do you get worse as you get older?
No, you change as you get older.
I thought you were of the view that once you're past 35, you can't do anything new.
I did say that. No, I've never said that. No, I think it's like commonly accepted, and I'm starting to believe it more and more. Yeah, as you get older, I've always advocated, you know, in my personal life that young people have, you know, something to contribute. You know, you can't like ignore someone because they haven't had the life experience that you have. I think that's like a bad bias to have. You know, you should try to.
I was really
subvert
compelled
that.
just to interrupt you there when you're like, young people shouldn't be ignored, and I'm like, that would be pretty funny. But you're older than
Nice.
me, so
I am older than you. Shut up. You're my
I'm
You're
older,
my.
than, I'm older than both of you, though, so both of you should
Oh
probably
shit.
shut up.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Put out the sandy card.
No, but as I was saying, I've begun to appreciate more and more, like the value that age can have, the wisdom that comes from just sheer life experience. You know. I mean, I guess you know the takeaway is, you know, try not to underestimate people. You know, because I think we're all guilty of that at some time or another. Whether it's because we assume that because we're older than someone, we know better than them, or because we're younger than someone, they're they don't have anything new to offer. You know, these are both bad biases,
Yeah.
right? But like, to answer to your original question, yeah, I think old people have something to offer. I think
Don't
I think you
underestimate
do
them.
gain wisdom
Although
as
Mike,
you age.
Mike Tyson, I think we can next time we can underestimate him.
Yeah,
His performance
or
wasn't-
accurately estimate him.
that's probably
I won't make that mistake again. Yeah, look, the guy, I think he knew. Obviously, he knew he's like too old to be boxing, and they paid him enough to get in that ring, right? But I kind of, I was so like, what do you say? Just in love with like his fights from when he was a younger man, that I was completely willing to ignore the fact that that was like 30 years ago, you know.
the hopeful that you'd see him in his former glory.
Exactly.
What, was he 58 or 48?
What do you mean?
Mike.
He was 58.
Right
58.
now, he's 58, yeah.
So I mean that's great. I think you got a right point there. You know, don't underestimate people. Young people, old people, don't underestimate them. But you know, still, you know, be aware of your weaknesses and you know, Mike Tyson in his 58 years old, not as good at boxing as he used to be. You know, he's still got some good punches in there, but he is good at being in hangover movies. So, you know, your strengths and your weaknesses.
How many has he done? Just the one?
Did he just do the one, or did he do? I think he did more than one. I think he did. He
He came
definitely.
back?
Was, I think he was in two.
He was in.
In like at least in the photo reel, I think maybe at the end.
Okay.
In other news, so since the last episode, you know, a war has broken out. Another one in the Middle East, right?
I haven't heard about this.
Between Palestine and Israel, right?
I know
you know,
you're
it's
gonna-
very controversial. It's very divisive. You know what side you're on. It ended up spilling out and became a LeBronese war. Personally, I think it would be better if he stuck to playing basketball.
I second that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The LeBronese war.
I'm still. You're gonna walk me through that joke. I don't get it.
Since Trump has been elected, Russian TV. All right, some more news. My whole life, I feel, of being like a 22-year-old or what have you,
Really?
I've constantly been seeing ads for new face razors. And each time they're told to be getting so insanely better and you know, it's close to cut, you know, safe. Guys are still cutting themselves. Who started lying first? Where are the good razors?
Yeah.
I always struggled with razors back in high school. You know, I used to be a disposable guy, and every single time I would shave my neck, it would just get shredded. It was awful. It was, you know, years of my life. You know, I planned my week around like, okay, I can't do anything on these 2 days because I'm gonna shave on that morning, and I don't want to go out with like scars on my neck, you know.
Yeah. Right.
Do you think it might be cool though? Like you could act
Chicks
like,
do dig scars.
you know,
That's-
I lost
that's
my
what
eye in
people
the
say.
war. In the
Yeah.
war, that's why I
No,
can't
it's
see when
not-
I
it's
shave.
not cool
Yeah,
like
but I
that.
feel like the shaving scars are never cool. They're never they always are a little bit lame. I was the same though. I always get the ingrown hairs.
Yeah.
And I never shave now. I only do the trim.
Really?
Because just
Razor rash hit me bad. Nowadays, I got to clean up the neck because I got a low reaching beard.
We've all given up. We've all given up.
I have in the last week, but no, I usually do shave. What I found was one of my buddies who was, you know, knew more about the area than me. told me that I should try out safety razors. And ever since I've been using safety razors, I almost never get cut, which is like a massive improvement from what I used to have, which was just awful.
But then you see some shavers and they've got like the three things, and they're supposed to curl around your chin perfectly. And yeah, I wonder if it's just all bullshit.
I think it might be, but safety razors, technology.
Safety razors are well, yeah. You know about a safety razor?
I don't know what you're talking about.
So a safety razor is like you've ever seen this it's not quite like a straight razor. It's like a stick with like a little blade at the top, so it makes like a T, and it works mostly like a disposable razor, but it's just the one.
I
blade.
think I've seen the advertisements for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
I'm going to talk. My mouth is full though. I should have thought about this before I had such a big bite.
No.
Noah.
Yes.
Noah is starting a business called
Yes.
Play Your Tune, where it is, I guess I would describe it as play workshop sessions for adults. Tell us more about this, Noah. How did
Yeah.
you come onto it, and what is it exactly?
Yeah, I mean, it's still evolving, but yeah, so obviously started probably about 6 months ago, but it's been in the works for like years and years and years. But I've always had a fascination around like people coming together, like many becoming one. There's like a quote that I loved because I used to love my footy. Was like a championship team will always beat a team of champions. I was like, so what about a team? What about a group of individuals coming together and forming a unit and when that happens, something magical happens. In the case of footy, a team will win a premiership. They go down in history books. Everyone celebrates. But it's even like not just in a footy team. It could also be like a few months ago. I went to Perth and was hanging around with my family. And you've got my grandpa, my uncle, all the different family people, all these individuals. They've come together, had some dinner, and when different people come together, again, there's like a magical moment. So I just came fascinated about like what makes people come together and create that thing. And I guess the idea, which the business is called Play Your Tune, is that just like in a footy team, for a footy team to work, every individual needs to play their part, play their unique role. So from the players to the coaches to the CEOs to the board members, everyone's got to play their part. And the same is true for us, for any organisation, any company. So the idea behind the business is like a workshop, community where we endeavour to play our unique part. Every single one of us has got some gifts. Every single one of us has got something to share. But this is like a place where we can play with that. We can see what that looks like. And the idea is that it's done in play. It's done in a playful spirit. It's not like serious.
Yeah,
It's
you get
like
to
we
explore.
We can explore. We can
Yeah.
try. We can see. And then if we're all playing our unique tune, we can make music together. Which is, I guess the idea.
What is the difference between Noah and a fish?
Is there a punchline coming?
Noah can play a tune, but you can't tune a fish.
Have you been working on that for a while?
I'm a professional comedian.
I really like that one. You've been doing stand up recently, right?
I did do it.
Oh,
I
you
did
did
do it.
too.
I did do it two
Yeah.
times.
Did you use that one? In the,
No, that one
in
was
your
too
set?
good. That one was
That
too
one
good
was
for
too good.
That's
the
crazy.
show.
To reserve it for the podcast.
I really like your point, like interesting there, where it's like making magic moments. It's very interesting that, and that's kind of like I get that. I think magic's real. Do you believe in magic, James?
Only when I'm watching How You See Me Too.
Only when you're watching what?
Now You See Me Too.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know that movie?
It's a magic movie.
It's a movie about magic.
It's a movie about magic.
Yeah.
So you believe in magic?
I believe in magic. I think it's definitely real. Magic's definitely real. You have magic moments. How would you describe a magic moment without
That's
magic?
true. That's true. But how do you define magic?
You just know it when you see it.
something special that you can't explain.
Yeah, exactly. There's something special.
It's almost out of
See,
this world.
I
Yeah.
think what you're saying about collaboration and like the power of collaboration is so important. You know, I think that is what like defines humanity really. Because you think about, you think about.
Go on, James.
You think about human intelligence, and I can't see how we would have got very far without the ability to communicate and collaborate. It is like, I suppose the purpose of humans.
It's how life
really.
continues.
By the way,
on.
one of you people have the last piece of pizza. I'm not touching it.
No?
I'm okay actually. I think
As
I'm
the
good.
special guest, no?
Are you
Okay.
pa-
Well,
you
I'll
passed
take
your
it then.
100,000 calories.
Yeah. I need to hit my quota, dude.
I think what's interesting though is like there's a macroscopic level, like on a society level, like collaboration, but on a more individual level, like our body is a collaborating system of many individual parts, organisms, cells. Like there's billions of cells all collaborating together, all playing their unique role within the organism, and that's how we function. That's how we are allowed to do magic in the world. So it's like it's on every level. There's collaboration is life in a way.
Yeah,
Deep.
it's very interesting that there does need to be. Oh, I don't know. Actually, it doesn't need to be multiple people to have a magic moment. Like you could be in the forest, and you could just be like, "There's a magic moment here," and I've got no one to enjoy it with. That is a thing, though. Whenever you do experience a magic moment, you're like, "I wish I could enjoy it with someone."
That's true.
He can't stop but laugh at our belief in magic.
Yeah.
I mean, further on that point, I mean, this is kind of like what I want to do with the show almost. If I can create a magic moment, potentially, who knows, you know. So I've come up with a pitch. You're still pretty early into your play your tune journey.
Yes.
So I've got some ideas, right? Some sort of different ways for you to think
I
about
love
it.
it. Let's go.
And some further detail on it is it's sort of like you can book into one of Noah's workshops, and each workshop typically is like a different sort of idea. James, what you laughing at? Bro, Santa's not coming to him. He doesn't believe in magic.
Magic moment. I was just thinking about
Magic. Were you thinking of Magic Mike?
No, I was just thinking about magic moments that you can have on your own. You know.
You've had plenty of magic moments.
We've
Paige.
had
Have I?
magic moments, James. When I remember I dropped the ice cube.
The
into deep
soap.
fryer.
Oh yeah, the ice cube in the fryer.
There's
Dude,
also
that was
you-
messed up.
Okay, but then you also just mentioned soap, so that's kind of got me curious as well. I was
That's-
like, where's this
that
magic
was not
moment
magic.
going?
Am I? I don't really understand what I'm allowed to say on this podcast.
Probably that's like.
Am I allowed to talk about magic moments?
You probably crossed the line a little bit.
I've crossed the line.
Probably a little bit.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Do you want to talk about Little D's since we're on the topic
Well,
of
I gotta
dropping ice cubes into?
I'll do that, but I'll finish this topic.
Okay.
So so Noah, he runs these workshops.
Yeah.
Different sort of premise each time. Some might be
Yeah.
more on music or,
Well,
or
it's
something
kind of operates like an open mic. If
Yeah.
you know what an open mic is, like people can come, they can play with something.
with a premise. You bring a premise
Yeah.
and you bring something, and then you. Is it one sort of person brings something into one session, or is it a few different people bringing two different
Sometimes it's
things?
one, sometimes it's multiple. Yeah, you can either sign up before, sign up on the day, sort of set up, and bring something, play with something.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So, would you say it attracts more men or women?
I'd say probably women.
Interesting. I feel like the term "play your tune" it could be a bit more feminine, maybe. So I've come up with some slogans:
Okay.
work hard, play hard, rock solid.
Work hard, play hard, rock solid. Not bad, not bad. The only problem is, this might be crossing a line, but sometimes when I mention what I do, like I actually mentioned I went to a festival on the weekend and I mentioned what I do. I was like, because I was running a play workshop at the festival, and the first response I get, because I was mentioning it to two girls, and they started coming up to me like, ooh, like there's like an association between play and sexual.
Really?
So then the fact that you've mentioned rock hard after that,
I
feel
didn't
like
say
it's
rock
probably
hard. I said rock solid.
rock solid. still, I feel like I'm trying to move away from.
Wait,
that.
wait.
No, you
away
did say
from
rock
that.
hard, didn't you?
No, I said rock solid.
No, you said like play
Work-
hard, rock solid.
Yeah, just
said
just
work
that.
hard,
Just it
play
just it
hard.
just
Work
sounded,
hard, play
sounded
hard,
like it
rock
was
solid.
kind of
Look,
just.
it's easy to get, you know, there from there.
If you're already halfway thinking about that, I think that slogan is going to just take
Okay,
you.
I got to
yeah, I
be
think
careful
it's
with some of these other
problematic,
slogans because I think they would be.
all on the same
You
one.
can read them off if you want.
All right, let's go. Come on, mate.
This is great.
All right, play radical with yourself. I feel like that's some of the magical
Oh,
moments.
play,
that-
play.
Yeah,
radical,
that's some of those
play-
solo
play
magic
radical,
moments.
Play radical is in there. Play awesome.
Play awesome. Another day, another play.
Another day, another play.
This one comes from my brother. I'm assuming this
Yeah,
is your
yeah.
brother. Make a wish play.
Oh god.
Oh god, yeah.
Make a
nice.
wish.
Like make a wish, yeah.
Make a wish.
Do you
play.
want to use that phrase? This is a
Every
very-
time I come up with a business, my brother's like, "Oh, you should call it Make a Wish Donuts,
Make a wish pizza?
Make a Wish Pizza. Call the pizza show the Make a Wish Pizza Show."
Make a wish. It's a show. They're like your
Play-
competitors, though.
I feel like play and tune are both very like malleable words for slogans.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Play and what?
I thought of another
Tune.
one, but I don't want to say it.
Come
'cause
on.
it- I was like, you know, go like play awesome, play radical. You could be like play ballsy, but
Play
that's like
ballsy.
I feel like you don't want balls.
No,
It doesn't
again, you
really
can't.
appeal to the female
Play ballsy.
audience.
Well, maybe you don't want to appeal to the female audience. Maybe you're
I-
already doing such a
okay.
good job.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm doing
right.
good in the
you're
female
getting a
market.
bit of,
I
getting a
mean-
bit of this.
yeah. No, but I don't want that.
You don't want that.
I don't want people
So
to think sexuality in play. I don't want that.
it doesn't. Yeah.
Not in this situation.
That's not the kind of play that you're advertising.
No, that's
No.
right.
Okay.
Just making sure that's clear.
Yeah, good.
On your form, you said you're interested in God.
Mm.
Do you want to play with God?
Do I want to play with God? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I think that's kind of true though. You want magic moments,
Mm.
and if you have like a good spirit, that's what it is, I guess.
Magic moments, good spirit, playing with God.
But not playing with God in a bad way. Or do you want to play with him in a bad way? Like not in a sexual way, but
Oh.
like in like you want to mess with him. You want to test him.
The way, okay, we're going to segue a little bit. But something that I've been reading is like, this is from Nietzsche actually.
Oh yeah.
He describes God as like in a way, like a playful spirit. Like the way that, you know, if you see a baby or a kid and he's playing in the sand pit, and the sand, like he creates these castles with the sand, and then he knocks down the sand, just like he's playing with the sand. In the same sense, like God creates the mountains and he knocks down the mountains. God creates civilizations and he knocks down civilizations. So like God is playing just like a baby is playing in the sand pit. So I don't know, I like that kind of connection between those two things.
That's interesting.
I think it's a fascinating, comparison. You know, a fascinating idea to draw around the activities of God. You know, like. You know what? I don't want to get too deep into religion, unless that's what we're doing here. In which case,
Well, we're playing
We'll
with God,
introduce my new sponsor, the Anglican Church.
the Anglican Church, they sponsored. you?
Attending church or religious institutions has shown very impressive outcomes when it comes to mental health. In terms of a community institution, it offers a lot. The church is in decline right now. You don't even have to pay money to go there. You can go for free. If you're interested, go to your local church. I'm actually advocating for this unironically. Jesus.
Wow, that's
That
interesting.
was uplifting. I feel like
That's
feel
my
like-
message.
I feel like Jesus just came through you just then and spoke through you. That
He
was
came.
so
He gave me
inspiring.
that pose.
Yeah.
For all the audio-only listeners,
Is-
you'll never
is-
experience that
Yeah.
joy of seeing what I just did.
Hmm.
Oh yeah. So little D's.
Yeah. So, do you want to tell the story about
On the topic
about
of
the
magic
ice, or shall
moments.
I?
Okay. So this is
Okay.
my little D story. Noah doesn't know this. I've not said this on the record. So COVID. I was very bored, very sad. Not much was going on.
It was brutal.
Sat at home doing nothing, having a bad time. And I remembered an idea I had, or we had it as a family. You can make a lot of money doing donuts because they cost like nothing to make, and you sell them for a lot of money. And you can make them; they make people happy. This is great business. And I was like, COVID. I have no excuse. I'll just go push through and do it. Huge shift in my mental from doing that. I realized I can do anything. You know, you got the whole world's open to you. And it was really cute. COVID, we had a whole bunch of boys just in the trailer. Everyone made a little bit of money. We just had a good time, you know. And one day, you know, we had a deep fryer. That's where you do the donuts. And one time I was trying to clean the deep fryer. I'm like, oh, what if I try cleaning with an ice cube? James is there, and he says, don't clean with an ice cube.
That's a terrible idea, Riley.
Terrible
Put down
idea.
the ice cube.
Terrible
what I said.
idea. An ice cube fell into the deep fryer,
Oh no.
and it's like a time bomb.
Because it was slippery, because it was melting.
Because it was ice.
as you were holding it.
And if you know things about water in oil, you
Hot
know,
oil. This was 200 degrees Celsius.
it
oil,
felt like we were about
and
to
he
be in
dropped
the.
an ice cube into it.
It felt like we were going to be in the LeBronese war. So, but like the thing with like, and I just looked at James, and he looked at me.
There was like a
It
second.
was like a
there.
second.
There was
We
a
were
beat.
both. It were like the universe froze.
It's
for a
about
moment.
to happen, dude.
And we just
There's
ran
about
out of
to be
the
a
trailer,
massive
and we
explosion in the
closed
deep
we closed
fryer.
the things, and it ended up not being as bad as we
Yeah,
thought
well,
it would be.
it
Like,
wasn't that
it's
bad.
probably good we got out still, but it wasn't nearly as
So there was
bad.
still like an little explosion.
There was hot oil all over the trailer. It was crazy.
Not
But-
all over. It was like
But if you were in there, you would have been burned.
no. If you were
Possibly.
next to
if
it.
you'd been standing right next to it, as Riley was when he dropped in.
What's
the ice
funny
cube.
with the ice is that it has a few seconds before it goes off because it has to melt first, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So
you've
this
got-
magical moment you're describing is when you lock eyes with your person, and there's like a moment of eternity in that moment.
There was a moment
Yeah.
where we seriously didn't know whether we were about to be seriously injured because of Riley's stupidity.
I was going to lose my business. I was going to lose everything.
It was
All from an ice block.
All from that. So that's the
just a
magic. Have
beautiful,
you seen
a
Challenges?
magic moment.
The movie Challenges, the tennis movie.
No.
Because that's like a movie about creating a magic moment.
Yeah,
think
no,
it's
I heard the
interesting.
music, man. When you dropped that ice cube, I heard the EDM, come right in.
Yeah. I think that is another place where you can have magic moments. Or like, what do you think about you'd be playing video games very well. You enter like a zone where you just get stuff done. So and you're not thinking. You're just in the moment. Is that a
Yes.
magic moment, or is that just the moment?
That's like when you're playing the game. Like that's where magic moments come from play. If you're truly in that state of play, that's a magic.
I guess
moment.
that is when you're encaptured by like
whatever
the moment.
you're doing, whatever.
That's
it is.
why Christmas can be magic, because you have so much going around that it all forms towards one
Yeah.
cohesive narrative.
and everything comes together on that day.
All the lights and music and smiles and good times.
Santa Claus and
Santa Claus. It all comes
And it's
together.
the big anticipation as well of like all that you're watching all the movies. You're anticipating for this moment, this one.
It
moment to
invades your
wake up.
psyche, it overwhelms you, and then you're just in the magic moment.
What's your favorite Christmas movie? I've been having this debate a lot recently.
Favorite Christmas movie.
I don't reckon you're an Elf guy. I don't reckon. I reckon you like Elf, but it's not your favorite.
Come on, Noah.
I do like Elf, but
Oh.
Elf's a great movie. But I don't know what you're talking about. Favorite Christmas movie. Nothing's really jumping at me. Ever since I found out that Santa Claus is not real, that's kind of just
Bro,
It's killed the
you
magic.
can't-
You
for me.
can't. Okay.
We're gonna have to
okay.
censor that.
Oh really?
What
Come
if
on.
Okay, just so we're clear here, I need to talk about my third sponsor, Santa Claus. Make sure you're being good boys and good girls this year. He will give you presents, your wildest dreams, for free, as long as you be good or bad. Noah, do you reckon you've been good or bad this year?
I've been a very good boy. I've been a very,
Really
very
good boy.
I don't know. You just revealed that Santa Claus.
You just denied the clause.
You just yeah. I don't think
Don't believe them.
you've got any presents coming, brother. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you.
Nah, well,
think you've just
mummy
forfeited.
called me up the other day and she's buying me a present, so
Aw.
that's all I
Oh.
need.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's very sweet.
That is very nice.
Have you
Go on
been-
to what you were saying before, Christmas magic moments before you denied Santa.
Well, we're talking about favorite Christmas movies.
Yes.
And I honestly don't think. I'm gonna have to say. I mean, Elf's is the only one that's jumping to my mind. Home Alone's okay. I
Oh, Home
suppose.
Alone is good. I haven't seen Home Alone in ages.
Home Alone's a good
pretty good.
movie. Just those ones where you feel the Christmas spirit. You know, when
Yeah.
there's one movie where I'm thinking where the
Yeah.
Christmas spirit-o-meter is like low, and then they need people to get the Christmas spirit, and then it comes high. And
No,
then
I know
Home Alone.
exactly the movie you're talking about. It's Eyes Wide Shut, and I feel the same way about it.
What is Eyes Wide Shut? You brought this up. I've never seen this movie.
It's a Kubrick film. Don't worry about it.
All right.
People will know.
Recently, Travis Scott has had a concert within Melbourne.
Okay. Good. Yeah.
That's news to me.
What would you say is the criteria for entering the Travis Scott mosh pit?
A willingness to die in the Travis Scott mosh pit.
Good answer. Since appointing Robert F. Kennedy Jr. into the health minister or whatever in the US, Trump has been receiving criticism for radical changes he's going to make to the American diet, like removing chemicals banned in Europe and Australia and potentially eliminating fluoride in the water. Do you think that we should be being more aligned with the American diet?
Currently,
Yeah.
definitely not.
Yeah. I
Does
mean,
not sound like it.
the statistics are clear, man. They have like a terrible rate of obesity and heart
I mean,
disease.
I think that you're being completely, I'd say anti. I mean, like the FDA, they exist for a reason, and if the chemicals weren't safe to have, you wouldn't have them. So I mean, I think you need to look at America as the most advanced civilization, and they have the most advanced understanding.
What chemicals are being, what do you say, regulated?
They're hard to remember. The example RFK keeps going back to is saying, look, you see here on the American Fruit Loops, there's like 12 different ingredients. You can go to Canada and there's like 2 or 3. So I imagine he's talking about the 12 other ingredients, like the food dyes.
They're the greatest. All my friends love Fruit Loops.
So you're saying
The fake news, they say I can fit a Fruit Loop on my finger because I have tiny hands. I can't fit. I think they couldn't fit a Fruit Loop on something else. I think that's what they could fit it on. It's something else. That's what I think.
So you're saying let's bring back the 9 different ingredients. We want more.
We want more.
We want
I'm just
more-
saying.
we want more
So
chemicals.
Why
they're
we-
trying
we-
to come closer to us, where we have less ingredients, and you want to go.
Because
I'm just saying, if I want to believe what the U.S. industry, the greatest industry in the world, is saying, we are being denied parts of our food. Banned food coloring, banned things in flour that make the flour less stick together less, but also can give you cancer. But I don't want sticky flour sometimes.
that's true.
It's something too tough to weigh up. Do you get cancer at 50, or do you want your cheese to stick together in the bag? It's really.
That's a tough question.
It is a tough question.
Yeah.
I find it really funny the position like people have taken. Like, no, I like fluoride in my water. I like fluoride in my water. I hate Trump and I love fluoride. Anyway, you can think what you want of Trump. I just thought this point is funny.
Fluoride is good,
It's on your toothpaste,
Yeah.
but is it good to be drinking?
Um,
Maybe not.
It feels like there's a lot of noise that says it's not. I actually don't know that.
My-
I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on, but-
My
I don't see many fluoride defenders until just now.
my familiarity. Look, I wouldn't claim to know more than I do, but the main criticisms of fluoride that I've heard is it's turning the frickin' frogs gay.
That wasn't
And-
fluoride. I think that was something else.
That wasn't fluoride?
I think it was another chemical,
that
but
was
it was
fluoride.
confirmed it made gay frogs. Yes,
No, it didn't make gay
Is that true?
frogs though.
it made.
Is that actually true?
It was
Yes.
loosely true. So,
it was true.
So,
and we're drinking it.
so frogs.
I don't know if we're drinking it, but it did make frogs gay.
There, some species of frogs can like morph their genitals given the right circumstances, and this chemical was causing that.
Genital morphation.
Yeah, that's normal in frogs, but this chemical was causing that to happen, like outside of environmental factors. So the frogs weren't gay. I mean, more accurate would be to say that the frogs were trans, but I mean, realistically, the frogs were just reacting to like pollution in their environments.
Amphibians are very weird. You know the axolotl?
Mm.
You know of it?
I'm familiar with the.
Do you know
the
if you
creature.
inject it with like iron or something, it will just turn into a salamander?
I didn't know that.
That's
Like the
crazy.
genes to be a salamander are just in it, but they've evolved to not, under almost all circumstances, not like fully metamorphize into a salamander because the
Wow.
axolotl build is like better for some reason.
Wow.
But it's like Pokemon, you give it a certain rock, and
It's like a moonstone. Give it a moonstone.
yeah,
it
give it a
evolves.
moonstone and it will
Yeah.
turn into a salamander. And you have these stories of people who have these axolotls.
Wait, so what's the problem with fluoride? Can we talk about this?
I don't know what the problem with fluoride is. I heard a while ago that it makes you more like agreeable and less like, I don't know, maybe it affects testosterone or something. But that was like that could be wacko stuff.
Yeah, I've heard from like the spirit, like sort of spiritual sort of stuff. Like it calcifies the pineal gland, is what I've heard. So therefore, it influences your ability to like tap in a little bit. But that's just another one that
Oh,
I've heard.
interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So all I'm aware of about regarding fluoride is the effects on your teeth, positive, and that's about it. Also, like the popularity of it. I tend to think that we have like quite a good regulatory system here in Australia for like edible chemicals. So if
But then we're more restricted than the US, and you know that's just saying that
Yeah.
we are behind the times. They're getting more food, and we're getting less food.
I'm comfortable with that, to be honest.
I want to be able to make a bomb out of my Fruit Loops chemicals.
Well, that does sound fun, but it might not be the best for our. Well,
That would
actually,
be
you
a
know
great
what?
topic. That would be a great topic for a YouTube video. Is like making a bomb out of like supermarket like cereals
I feel like you
in the
could.
US.
There's something about processed chicken, like chicken nuggets, that I feel like you could create a bomb out of that. Like I feel like that is not food.
You're not a
Whatever
fan
the-
of chicken
I
nuggets.
am not a fan. Like chicken nuggets.
I don't know.
are like-
Okay, you're
you know,
mental.
you go buy a chicken burger and you bite into it and you go, what am I eating?
Well,
Like,
I mean,
what
the
is
chicken
it?
burger, it's like chicken breast quite often.
No, but when it's not,
It's like
you
mush.
know when it's
chicken mush.
yeah, the mush.
Yeah.
Whatever the mush is, you could create a bomb out of that.
I feel like it's just minced chicken.
No, it's not. It's not chicken.
See, this is
Are
interesting.
you against all fried chicken or just chicken? Like,
No. If it's fried chicken, it's gonna be chicken.
But you don't want fried much.
I don't want fried mush.
I actually find chicken really unappealing. Like it's one of my least favorite meats from like an appetizing like standpoint, but it's also like it seems one of the better meats to eat. Have you thought about this?
I mean, yeah, chicken. I feel like okay to eat chicken because chickens just feel stupid. So,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like pigs, really intelligent.
Yeah.
Cattle, really intelligent.
they?
Super
Yeah,
tasty.
cattle are.
but yeah, they're quite smart. And
Sheep, not so much. Not so
No.
much.
sheep aren't.
No, not so much. Not so much.
I'm sure they're probably smarter than chickens, though. I mean,
Oh,
chickens
maybe.
are
Oh,
dumb.
Do you know
then-
sheep's well? Do you? Do you know? Are you quite a?
There's not
accustomed
much to
sheep?
I know you
there,
know
don't
pigs
think.
well.
I've had sheep.
Do you eat pork?
Yeah, I do.
I don't eat much pork.
Get
but
Taco on the show.
You've got some pigs at back
I've got
at
some
home
pigs,
who
yeah.
I've
Taco
never
and
seen.
Thor.
I've never seen a man so excited about their pigs than when I saw your dad talk about his pigs. He loves his pigs.
The great pig. I love the pig. One of them is a great pig. The other
They're
one's
big
a-
pigs.
one of one's a dickhead.
best pigs. Ask anyone; they'll tell you I have some premium pigs.
I've seen great pigs today. My favorite one was Rosie O'Donnell. Yeah, so
Can I just say though, Riley? As soon as you said axolotl, I instantly realised that if you were an animal, you'd be an axolotl.
interesting. Why?
I can see that. Yeah.
Is it because I'm slimy?
I feel like if I were to stick some iron in you, you're the
Would
type of
turn
guy
into
who
a
would
salamander.
shapeshift into another creature. You're that type of guy. That type of
Maybe
slippery
I'm
sort of-
that
If
kind
you
of
if
guy.
you just had one iron infusion, you would be a salamander.
Noah,
Yes.
do you have a personal hero? Like anyone you look up to, or you want to like really inspires you in your day-to-day life?
That's a good
Like not
question.
someone necessarily you see in your day-to-day life, like you know someone on TV, some historical figure, etc. That you're like, this guy is cool.
Oh yeah. I mean, we can get religious. Like, there's the element of Jesus there. That is someone I think about.
Jesus is a really good answer, but
Yeah.
but think about
Yeah,
someone,
I'll
not
think
Jesus.
about. I would say
For the sake of this
probably-
argument,
I would say Jordan Peterson. Honestly, like he's someone who's informed me a lot as a young man. I feel like finding my way as a man. He's someone has helped a lot with that.
interesting. Okay, so
Is that?
I feel like the answer works better for someone that's not Jordan Peterson. You know, I was talking to Jake. Jake will be on the show soon. He's like, you know, yeah, like LeBron. I forgot who the footy player was. He gave an example of, but you know, Jordan Peterson, I guess, will work as well, right?
Do you
What
want
if
me
you
to
got-
give one?
Yeah,
Okay,
I wanna
you
hear
give
yours.
one. You give one too. You give
Mine
one
is
too.
Jesus.
You can't give Jesus.
Wait. Is that a
Jesus doesn't
flat-
work for the example.
What
Oh,
about
okay.
Joseph?
So you've got something.
Joseph,
Fine.
Yeah.
not like Jesus' dad.
Well, his
I mean,
stepdad.
the stepdad, not okay. What if you got to meet this person, right? Got to have lunch with them.
Yeah.
Would you like that?
I would
Yeah.
love
And
that.
they say,
Are
you
you
know,
talking about Joseph? Are you
Yeah.
meeting Joseph? Okay.
Jordan Peterson comes to you and
You're
says,
talking to Jordan Peterson. I'm talking to Joseph.
"You know Noah, you know Noah. There are a lot of good things. There are a lot of good things about Hitler. There was a lot of good things about Hitler. What would you change his view on him, or how would you negotiate? How would you deal with that?
It's a
And how
great-
what if Joseph said that too? And that's a really difficult position for Joseph because you know he was
He
Jewish.
was
He was Jewish.
Yeah.
So what would you think if he came to that? If
Yeah.
that came to that, well, did your opinion on him change, or would you be like, oh, he's got some good ideas, but you know, some other ideas are too bad,
Yeah.
or would you just completely change your view?
I feel like I'm going to be honest here because I've been caught out by how much I get influenced by people I look up to. Like I'll be listening to some topics, and then all of a sudden somebody who I respect says something. I'm like, and I notice myself instantly like, oh yeah, that makes sense now. But beforehand, I was completely blocked out.
Yeah.
So I see a possibility if I'm sitting down next to Jordan Peterson where I shift my like, even though Hitler's a very clear example. I wouldn't say I'm not going to shut out the possibility that he would influence me.
Or
'Cause
you'd listen to him.
I'd be lying to myself if I wouldn't.
You
let him
wouldn't
influence
potentially
me.
take a point. You might be like, oh, you know, but the Volkswagen, it was pretty good. Like,
I don't know if I go that far, but
or just hate Volkswagens.
well, who would buy?
I mean, people still buy them. They're still
Whoa.
around.
My brother has a Volkswagen.
Oh yeah, it's
right?
pretty controversial.
Careful.
But I mean, I need to say, you know,
Yeah,
for the
I-
sake of this, Hitler's a very bad guy. You
Yes.
know, the Volkswagen, it's a car, but
But-
you know what?
What if he came to you and he said, "No, there's going to be a great flood. You need to build an ark."
That's a good question, James. It's a good question. What if he
How would you
wanted
be
to he wanted to create Noah's special boat?
Yeah.
His-
special
his
boat.
ark.
If he did it in a way where he'd look me in the eyes and then like he'd touch me and you know he'd do like.
And he told you it'd have to be 40
"You've
cubits
got
by
to do it.
however many cubits.
Fuck, I'd probably have to order. But so long as I'm, you know, if you ever seen Evan or Marty, when the wood just rocks up on the doorstep, that's if the wood rocks up on my doorstep, then I'd consider it. But I'm not buying the wood.
You're not buying the wood.
No, no.
Do you think you might end up like if you have your own studio or something for your workshops? Do you reckon you might end up building it in the style of an ark, and you can call it Noah's Ark?
I feel like I have to have my own flair to it. I have to add some colour. I'd have to have, you know, flare it up a bit.
Yeah, but would it be? Would you want it to be based on a boat just for the gag?
Or you talking about the studio?
Yeah,
No, couldn't do it.
you couldn't do it.
I've had the Noah's Ark joke my whole life that you just
Oh.
Oh.
yeah,
Whoa,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude.
You've-
That's
you've-
my bad.
you've touched something deep.
Could be
James.
worse. Could be worse. You could be named Jonah. People could be like, "Oh, you're gonna get eaten by a whale today. Don't go out in the ocean."
I feel like that's a less known story though. I feel like you wouldn't get as much.
I guess so.
Yeah, Noah's Ark is pretty popular.
It's very popular. It's a cool story though.
Hmm.
Which animal would you exclude, if any?
The axolotl probably.
The axolotl.
You can't trust an
Oh,
axolotl.
sorry,
the
Riley.
axolotl
They just
can
cha-
kind
they
of
just-
swim.
they just change
The
in
axolotl
shape.
can swim.
Yeah, but you can never trust an axolotl. You don't know what you're dealing with.
It could be a salamander. It could be an axolotl. It could be a tadpole.
And they're slimy, and they kind of do this weird thing where they.
They got head
thing.
feelers. They got gross little head feelers.
What's going on there?
Do you like the story of Noah's Ark? Do you like? I find it very compelling.
Yeah, but I find it compelling as well the fact that historically there's a lot of evidence that there was a flood. I mean, there was a big,
Yeah.
something happened,
Yeah.
which is kind of interesting.
I mean, look at the history. Something definitely happened.
I
Some-
find it really
Look at the history.
compelling.
Something happened.
Something's happened.
You know,
My personal, like, the part of the story that really gets me is when Ham's son walks in and
you
chops
just-
off his balls.
does he?
Yeah.
What?
Maybe Riley, you're a bit more.
Are you talking about the
knowledgeable?
Are you talking about the movie again?
No, not Evan Almighty. I'm talking about scripture. Ham, Noah's son, walks in on something. I can't remember what, but and then he cuts off. I can't remember if it was. I think it was Noah's balls.
I'm not aware of this, and to be fair, I feel like I've been really humiliated in my own Christianity lately. I didn't even know John the Baptist got decapitated in like Mark 7.
I didn't know that either.
Neither did I.
That's crazy.
He got I thought he died like after Jesus, but no, he died before. He got like brutally killed.
Do you want me to find out the truth about this Ham story?
Potentially, I'll give my little sermon on Noah's Ark though, on why I think Noah's Ark's cool. And I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it, right? So like Noah's Ark is actually a very powerful story, right? So the whole world is full of haters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you get one really good idea. God's given you this one really good idea. He's told you the whole world's going to go to shit. Build a boat. Everyone's going to give you shit for building a boat. Build a big fucking boat. Sorry for my language. And then put all the animals on it and everyone around. He goes and he does it, builds the boat. Everyone who walks past him says, what a stupid thing you're doing. Why are you building this big fat boat? It's insane. It's insane. He's doing this stupid thing. No one on earth can explain why. Nothing else on earth is telling you it's a good idea. Only this one idea you've got from God, right? And like, can you really validate that? You just have this idea in your head. You do it. It's a big task. It takes years or whatever. He makes the boat. And then you're just right. The whole world floods. Everyone dies except for you and your family and the animals. And you're the sole survivor from that because you're the only one that listened to the idea. I feel like artists really sympathize with that idea. I feel like there's a lot of people that have a certain things they want to express that can relate to that sort of idea. What do you think?
I love the way I was wondering where why because you explained the story, but I was wondering where why you didn't say why you thought it important, but you get this feeling or this intuition.
You get a
and
magic moment.
You back it in, and a message, a revelation for God or whatever, and you're getting ridiculed, but you keep going, committing to it.
Yeah, because you're sure it's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's
and
not a
turns
good
out to be
idea.
true.
It's not a good idea because it's like a money-making scheme, whatever, or it's like a very selfish thing. It's because you just need to do this, or you need to do this for your family. It's like you just.
Cool. I've never really connected it like that. For me, if how would you feel? So you found out you've been ridiculed. All these people, John, Billy, Sam, have all been laughing at you. You turned out you're right. They're all dead. Are you feeling happy? You're like, haha, I was right.
You're
Or
not
are you
feeling happy,
sad?
but you're like, I was right. This is the outcome. It's sad, but it's
Bittersweet.
like,
Yeah, bittersweet.
Yeah.
Mm.
yeah.
I mean, you know, there must be some solace in the vindication.
Hmm.
I found out the true story.
It's like every time cryptocurrency guys lose all their money, it's just like, oh, I told you you'd lose all your money. This is stupid. But-
yeah,
But I still feel bad that you lost your life savings buying monkey pictures.
yeah.
What do you think is going on with all the animals? Why are all the animals coming onto the boat, onto the ark?
I don't know. I mean, I guess the idea is that the
The whole of creation
creation comes with you.
comes on this little boat.
The seeds come with you, but
seed,
like
yeah.
it doesn't. I don't know. The message I sympathize with is like the
Yeah,
whole.
that one.
But I mean, I'm sure there's more to it. It's a very popular story, and not just because it's funny.
But the ball sack.
Bullsack, yeah.
So, according to this article that I've just skimmed, Noah is drunk one night, and his son Ham walks in and sees him drunk, and then there's a fair bit of debate over whether he castrated or sodomized Noah at that stage. But either way, Noah was pissed and he cursed Ham so that his son Canaan, or Canaan, I'm not sure how you pronounce that name, you know, progenitor of the Canaanites, well, he cursed the guy, cursed Ham's son, and apparently, you know what, I actually won't get into what that curse entailed, but yeah, there you go. Ham either looked at his drunken father or castrated him or sodomized him.
What do you think is maybe maybe if we delve further into that question, it will have to be get removed from the episode. So maybe I won't.
It's okay. I can censor this if you need. I've still got access to Adobe Suite.
I won't bother you with that.
Okay.
I've run out of topics to talk about.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But okay, we can still talk about more things though. That's the thing. Where's your head at with Play Your Tune?
Oh,
Where do you want it to go? Where do you want it to be in 10 years? What's some business ideas, business objectives you want? What is the arc you're building? And what is
Your proverbial arc.
yeah, what is your proverbial arc? Yeah, because you are Noah
and
after all.
what is going to be the inciting incident? You know, is someone
What are you preventing? What's a disaster for why
What-
you're doing it?
like? What's your curse of Ham moment?
Okay,
What's-
man, you can avoid the curse of Ham for now.
What's the moment where I get caught drunk and my son cuts off my balls?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. That's
not
not
gonna
for now.
come. That's not gonna come.
Once you built your arc, you can start
then
avoiding
you can
that.
start worrying about the curse of Ham.
But it's at least that happened. That got to happen because if that didn't happen, you know, the alternative is you die in the flood. So sometime I don't know what the meaning of that deep meaning of that is.
Well, yeah. I'll in 10 years' time, like look back and you see like thousands and thousands of stories of people who have, you know, if you ever played Mario Kart
Yes.
and you hit the little booster,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you've got the boost speed.
Mm.
It's like thousands and thousands of people who've come into the environment of Play Your Tune and they've gotten that booster and have like, impacted their life. I reckon. Like,
Yeah.
that's what, just stories and stories and stories. But in terms of what that will actually look like, who knows? Who knows? I like the idea of like, again, religious idea, but the garden, like, people, you create a garden that people will enjoy and people come into the garden and they can receive the fruits and maybe they're part of the garden, they've got fruits of
They
themselves.
play in the garden. They
And-
play hard. They play radical.
Yeah, but part of the garden is you boys as
They
well. Like,
work
we're
hard,
all
play
part
hard, rock solid.
of it. No,
Sorry, Riley. Try again.
no. Yeah, keep going though. I like where your mind's going. What are the ideas?
Play radical.
Play radical. Play awesome.
Play awesome. Play.
Make a wish. Play.
Make a wish.
Tune
it
your
count.
tune your play.
Yeah. Tune your play.
If someone's acting
Play
a
tune,
bit
tune
if someone's
play.
acting a bit ridiculous, it could be like you got to tune your play.
Yeah.
Getting too crazy. You're acting like a hectic 5-year-old right now. You got to
Yeah.
tune down.
Play! Exclamation mark.
Play hard.
Play soft.
Play soft.
Play fast. Play slow.
Play medium.
Yeah.
Play medium.
Play ridiculous. Play insane.
Play
Let's get
tenderly.
ridiculous.
Let's go ridiculous.
Turn down for what?
Play rock out. Play hard.
If you say, I'd like to, because I asked you this question before, which is you gave a really interesting answer. But say you're coming. You know, it's like an open mic night, right?
Yeah.
You've got 30 minutes to an hour to play with something, like to offer something, to share something. It can be as much as you imagine. Like, what would you do?
I mean, I just do pizza. I mean, that's my little special skill.
Would you
That's
like
your-
teach
that's your
people how to
tune.
make pizza?
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay, yeah, that's a
That
good,
like spin?
good answer.
Yeah, teach them how to spin.
Teach them how to spin.
I'm looking at getting
I'd like
like
to learn how to spin.
some silicone pizza bases and selling them in Australia because no one sells them for like practice doing the dancing. Going like,
Oh,
It's a great idea.
because when you have dough, it all falls apart. It's hard to do.
yeah.
But silicone, you can do it forever. But they cost a lot of money, like $40 a dough, and then like maybe I can get a better rate. But it's like,
$40 a dough for
yeah,
silicon.
dough. But it's like, I know it could be cheaper if I made it in China, but I don't know how to make stuff in China and bring it over. And I don't know if that product is as good as what I have. I don't want to buy $40
I hear,
for all
I
these
hear a lot of
doughs.
no's, but Riley, what does your mentor say? Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. He does say that. He did say that. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can make dough in China. Why not?
Why not?
Yes, we can.
Wait, who is your mentor?
No, we're not mentioning him.
Oh, right. Okay.
We're not mentioning him.
Right. Otherwise, I'd have to censor the episode
We
again.
don't speak his name.
Yeah. What else? Sorry for the people listening, me going, what else? This is very unprofessional. So,
I think we should talk about our favorite Bible stories.
what's your favorite Bible story?
Samson.
Don't. Oh, yeah, it's a good one. I thought you were going to talk about Ham again.
Well, Ham is funny to me because, like, I mean, just Ham, dude. Ham. Dude, I should name my kid Ham. That would be crazy.
I got a mate called Ham.
You got a mate called Ham?
Well, his name's Sam Hetherington, but then it became Ham Setherington.
That's so good.
Then we call him Ham.
Yeah, I wish I was called Ham.
He's actually a professional frog catcher.
Yo.
Yeah,
What kind of frogs does he catch?
I'll show you later.
Like
Oh,
pintoads or like
please.
frogs?
Like frogs, he's been hunting this one particular frog for years and years and years, and recently he's just found it. He was the
Does he know
happiest man.
about the gay ones?
I'm sure he would. He's like
He's frog mad.
He's got that tism of, but it's like frogs.
Do you think there's frogs you can give infusions to make them into big frogs or something?
Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Frogs or something
Yeah.
like that.
Because like it works for the axolotl. They're also amphibians.
Well, considering they can go trans, you can make a cross-sex frog. I'm sure you could do some things with frogs.
Amphibians really are weird. You can just put shit in them and they just like turn into different things.
They are very sensitive. But yeah, my answer is Samson.
I don't know.
The story of
I don't
Samson.
know the
It's
story
where
of
the
Samson.
guy.
Wait, you don't know about Samson?
It's the guy who was strong with his hair on and got his hair cut off and then he's weak.
Really?
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
not
know
allowed
that.
to. He's not allowed to cut his hair. Like he's fighting lions and stuff. And
There's a lot of good Jewish barber jokes you can make about Samson.
he's
I had a
not-
good one once, but I forgot it.
He's not allowed to cut his hair. Or I guess God will take his power. Is that yeah?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and then he sleeps with a lady of the night, and she cuts his hair off and ruins him.
God damn it. Why is it your favorite?
Why is it my favorite? It's a really good like reference to just drop because everyone gets it, and it is like a funny analogy to make.
Yeah, it can be. It's definitely one of those ones that's just wanting to reference if you have a good thing to reference. James, tell us about your MSG experience.
You talking about Madison Square Garden?
So
No, we're talking about his
I
glutamate. I forget what the full MSG term is. Something glutamate.
yeah. Is that gonna show up on mic?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. It's annoying. I don't know. You know what? We can cut this out if we don't like it.
Just go hard. Play hard, rock solid.
Rock solid,
Play
like
awesome.
monosodium glutamate when it's in its crystal form.
Mm.
Monosodium
MSG.
glutamate, MSG. is a food additive that is found, in a lot of the foods that we commonly eat. It can also be extracted and added to foods to make them taste better, and that is very common practice in like sort of East Asia. Particularly in Japan, they've been making, synthesizing MSG for a very long time, and it came over to America at some point in the last couple centuries, and there was a terrible, news fiasco where people were making wild claims about what MSG did to you, aiming to get Chinese restaurants. MSG primarily comes from Japan, but it was Chinese restaurants who were using it, and who were suffering from the bad press that it got. Using MSG as like a medium to attack Chinese businesses. So basically, for the last century or something, or it might not even be that long. I'm actually not sure when all this stuff started happening. Whether it's 50
I think
or
it was
100
more
years ago.
recently. I think
More
probably
recent?
about some,
Maybe
maybe the
about 50
60s
years ago?
onwards. Yeah.
So about
It was stigmatized. These rocks were stigmatized.
heavily stigmatized food additive. My aim is to repopularize it in the English speaking world, because currently a lot of the companies working out of Japan don't actually sell to English speaking people, or they don't target English.
I think this is a really good
and as a
opportunity.
marketing student, it kind of just makes sense.
I think this is a really good opportunity, particularly when the US they're losing a lot of chemicals and they
It's
want
add a
more
few
chemicals
more.
back in, and healthy ones that, or at least ones that are like medium healthy, neutral.
So this is.
Are we talking about MSG?
MSG, you could replace it. Like instead of doing like
MSG has the
Red
potential-
13, Blue 12, PVK9 chemical in Fruit Loops, you could put MSG in, and then you have Chinese food Fruit Loops.
MSG has the potential to be like quite beneficial for people with high blood pressure, because
Really?
Because compared to salt, a food additive with a similar flavor profile and similar composition, it has about 1/3 the sodium by weight, and is similarly flavorful. So you can replace a lot of the salt in your meal with monosodium glutamate and get a similar flavor, possibly even a preferable flavor, with with significantly less sodium.
But the thing is with salt though is that salt does more than just flavor. Like in the dough, it also helps to retard the yeast. I can use that word. It's the proper word to use. It slows down the development and it kind of helps the thing stay together more.
Well, I can't speak to the specifics of certain recipes, in terms of baking. I don't know if monosodium glutamate works to retard yeast in the same way that salt does. But what I
It
can
could do
say
it better.
is it's actually, in a lot of ways, it's actually safer than salt for consumption.
So I've got a big red pill on salt here, guys. Everyone is being scammed with how they buy salt, right? I didn't realize how cheap salt was. I bought a 15 kilo bag of salt, like 15 kilos, like this big.
Was that for a pool?
No, it's for food use.
Okay.
Massive bag of salt. Guess how much it cost?
$4?
$10.
$10? That's pretty
That's
good.
crazy.
You are paying
That
like
is
$5
crazy.
for a big thing of salt.
Yeah.
You can just buy enough salt for your lifetime for $10.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's mad.
You could, but like, then you'd have to store the salt.
But the thing is, it's not hard to store salt. Salt is a rock.
Salt is a rock.
It's a rock. It doesn't perish. It's just a rock.
And
Like,
so,
I mean, you probably
mice
want to put a
is-
lid on it.
Is mice gonna come and eat it?
no.
Like I feel like bugs wouldn't eat it either, right?
It's like, do you see mice at Salt Lakes just going? You don't.
Yeah.
Also, as it turns out, salt in large quantities in mice causes a number of different neurological conditions, including depression.
in mice.
Yeah, in
Interesting.
mice.
Unique
Okay,
piece of
so very interesting. So think about that when you are feeding your mice salt.
Yeah, don't
think
feed
about
the mice too
yourself.
much Salt.
Another question that sometimes we just we think of salt, pepper, but then I've been starting to think, does pepper really need to be there?
Why is
Genuinely,
pepper the other one?
Why is pepper the other one? Why don't
Could
we
be
have
chili.
Chili. Why don't we have something else? Like salt, I get. Pepper, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about pepper these
Riley,
days.
as a man who
I've fallen out of love
frequently
for it.
eats Italian food, you know, I don't see how you can support this view. Come on, man.
Of
Are
pepper.
Are you defending
Yeah.
pepper here?
Pepper.
I like
is-
pepper.
It's
Is it-
so powerful.
I'm not the biggest
in
pepper fan, but
Italian
pepper.
cuisine.
Pepper's a big thing, but is it the biggest thing? Does it need to be the biggest thing?
Is it so if salt's here and then MSG, you're saying?
Yeah, you're
is-
saying that it
you're-
could be
you're,
there.
You're hoping MSG comes up here,
Yeah.
but then and we've got pepper seemingly on the equal thing.
Mm.
Pepper needs to be pegged down.
Says pepper's not as big a deal as salt. Salt is
Yeah, no.
cross-cultural. Salt is the rock.
I
You
know. I
are the
just
salt
had a,
of the earth. No one
yeah.
says you're the pepper of the earth.
Mm.
They
That
say
is
have some
true.
pep in your step. They don't say have pepper.
Pepper in
It
your
doesn't work.
stepper?
There's a
Yeah,
lot
it
of
doesn't
sayings
There's
for
a
really
salt.
salty man. There's not really. Oh, peppery man. Can you be a peppery man? Maybe
Oh, you can be. The peppery is a term, but it's
Mm.
not as big as
I
salt.
mean,
you
might
can be a
worth
spicy
using.
man.
Spicy man.
You can be a chili man.
That guy was peppery.
Yeah, it's
I
not
can
really
see
as
myself
big of
using
a
that.
word though.
Salted.
But let me say, I know I just had a go at you for trying to demote pepper, but I actually totally agree with you. Like outside of Italian cuisine, you know, pepper is like you don't need salt and pepper on your table when you're eating fried rice, for instance.
Mm.
Like, what the hell are you doing with pepper in
Mm.
that circumstance? And I think that's true for like a lot of cuisines. Get rid of pepper unless you're in an Italian restaurant, you know, like.
But I feel like even in Italian restaurants, at least the ones in Australia, they wouldn't be like pepper. Wouldn't be the second one. It would be like Parmigiano.
Cheese.
It would it would be like salt.
Parm
Parmigiano.
is good.
But Parm is basically
Parm is more
salt.
expensive.
Parm is
Parm is
basically
way
salt.
more
Yeah, it is,
expensive.
isn't it? Yeah.
That's
Um,
why salt and pepper are on your table, because they can trust you to use as much as you want, and it's not going to cut into their bottom line.
I think we should probably wrap up soon.
Mm.
What do you guys
Yeah.
think of the pizzas?
Yeah, really good. I
Really
feel like
good.
I was like partly distracted from the fact that we're having a podcast that I didn't fully just sit. You know, sometimes I like to close my eyes. But that was a great pizza.
I
It was a
love
good
pineapple
pizza.
on a pizza.
Oh, well,
I'm
good to
glad you
hear.
finally satisfied my need for
I have some pineapple facts. Pineapple is not a fruit. Guess what it is?
Wait, actually?
It's a flower. Pineapples
Yeah, but isn't
take
all
up
fruit-
to
all
1
fruits
year to
flowers,
grow.
though?
Sorry?
All fruits are flowers.
Kind of, but I mean the video I saw, he said it was a flower. You're right.
I feel like this whole movement to redefine what's a fruit and,
And
what's a
what's
vegetable.
what's a
like,
berry?
shut
What's
up,
a?
all right?
Honestly, you're right, James.
Like, language is supposed to be useful first and foremost, and this is really like this is just pedantic, you know, nitpicking gone wild. You know, language needs to be useful. Pineapples are fruit. Everyone knows it, right?
No, you're right. You're right.
That's all I have to say.
But then there's a borderline.
But I would still say that tomatoes
tomatoes.
are fruit.
Yes.
Tomatoes is still
Tomatoes.
fruit.
I actually don't know
And
if
avocados as
tomatoes
well.
are a fruit or a vegetable.
Avocados are
Tomatoes are
weird.
a fruit.
They are. Everyone considers them a fruit, but like they feel like a vegetable
They
because
feel
you
like a
use them in
vegetable.
They
like
do feel like
not
a
sweet.
vegetable.
Well, pumpkins
because
are
you can
fruit
eat
too, but
fruit
it's
by
not going to
itself.
pumpkin.
Usually, you don't. Or you can
You
eat
can't-
vegetables by itself.
Oh,
but,
actually,
like,
I
you have
eat
to cook them.
tomatoes.
True, but like tomatoes, I still feel a fruit because they look like a fruit. An onion comes out of the ground, I think. So I don't even know if an onion comes out of the ground. It has to.
They
It has
do.
to.
It does.
Yeah,
It has to.
I promise.
All right. Thank you for this episode, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and all the people coming back to the show and have listened this long. Thank you. Thank you very much. Next week, we'll keep going with this show. I'm glad to have it back. I'm glad to have a set here, have some lovely guests, and I'll see you all. I'll see you all next time. Any last words, guys?
Nah, thanks, Riley, for the pizzas. It's good. It's good. Finally, I've been on the pizza show.
James, you?
Fuck.